Hi class, welcome to week 3 of HIS 251 in the summer session. This week you are going to be looking at the role of two things. One is industrialization in Western Europe and how that impacted society and larger how it impacted world history, because the second thing we're looking at this week is the role of imperialism, especially in Africa and India. And the two topics are interconnected. Industrialization is one of the factors that contributes to Europe's expansion and their going into Africa and being imperialistic and colonizing the continent. So while you're studying this week, it's really important to look for those pieces of intersection. Where do these two topics interconnect and show a cause and effect? So as you're studying this week, please try to find those points of intersection, and you're really going to see some interesting things kind of come to life. You have two assignments this week. The first one is a primary source paper. The reading is short. It's called The Factory Rules from Berlin, and it literally is just a list from 1848 of all the rules that the factory workers had to obey while they were in or working in this factory. Some things to think about that you might want to put in your paper, some personal reactions. What if these were your rules that you had to live by for your job place? How do you think the people of Berlin felt about these factory rules? Whose point of view are these factory rules made for? And how do they kind of show some bias? Please do not feel that you have to answer the questions that are included in that primary source. It comes from a larger book that gives the professors and teachers some questions that they could ask their students. Since I'm asking you to do the primary source paper and I give you the prompts for that, please don't feel like you have to do the extra work and do those questions that are attached. But again, look at the factory rules and really kind of think about what it would have been like in 1848 to have lived by these if you had been living in Berlin. Your second assignment this week is a blog, and the article for the blog is a set of visual sources that convey the imperialism in Africa in the late 1800s. The source is visual, so it's going to take a little while to download. I noted that in your weekly assignments page there. So please just be patient. It will download. It even takes a little while on my end for it to download because I've scanned these visuals in color so that you guys can get the full effect. Now there's a number of visuals there. There's some reading that goes with the visual that you can kind of read that and get a better understanding of what the visuals are all about. But then in the blog, I'm going to ask you two related questions there about the different visuals. And I'm asking you about point of view and bias. So please, as you're reading or examining these visuals, whose point of view is being conveyed and who is being shown as a superior person in these images. They're not all from the same point of view, so it's not an easy one blanket answer. So as you're looking at them, try to make some notes on them and see what you think. Again, with the blog, you're going to need to respond to one other student, and you've been doing that throughout the semester here, so you guys are doing well with that. I've enjoyed looking at you guys and listening to you on VoiceThread. Just to kind of clear up some things that have been coming my way about VoiceThread, there's no direct way to comment on someone else's slide. You can't click on that person's icon and leave them a personal comment. So what I'm asking you to do when we do have a VoiceThread is to just comment in general and say, this comment is for Vicky, or this comment's for Bob, and just leave your comment as part of your larger selection there or your larger posting. Other than that, you guys have been doing a really nice job. The quizzes have been coming in graded already, so you know what your grades are for that. This week, in week 3, I'm going to be getting back to weeks 1 and 2 and grading that. My high school job just ended on Friday, so I have a lot more free time to grade your work. So please look for some graded postings of your work coming this way. As with anything else this week, please feel free to text or email me, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Oh, lastly, I'm sure you've seen this in Blackboard already, but due to a personal scheduling conflict, I'm not able to run the WIMBA session this Tuesday night. So please adjust your calendars. I know the syllabus says there is one, but I've corrected the weekly planners, and we will not have a WIMBA session. Thank you. Have a great week, guys.